Over 2 decades of sports radio dominance in Utah.
My favorite.
This is DJ and PK on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
DJ and PK, it's 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Los Angeles, the Lakers for sale. Jeanie Buss out if her siblings have their way. They want to sell their shares and cash in.
Well, it's going to be a great Thanksgiving this year.
Get them all together. Pass the potatoes. Just feeling the love.
Yeah. Seems like they got some issues there.
Jeanie, you're early for Thanksgiving dinner. Yeah, well, I didn't have a team to run, so I thought I'd stop by.
Well, clearly she wants to stay.
Yep. And there's a rule, apparently, that you've got to own a certain amount of the team to be the governor, and so if the other siblings share, then she's out. And that would explain that Bob Iger comment when he bought the team. Oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to working with her, but, we'll see how it plays out. Well, yeah, he had an idea the other kids wanted to sell and that she wouldn't be able to stay. In retrospect, that comment makes way more sense. Like, why are you looking forward to her, but you're going to see how it plays out? If you're looking forward to working with her, she works there for me.
Unless she can buy her way back in, which they may not let her.
Yeah.
The Tribune went through all that stuff with being sold, and the guys want it back and went through a bunch of hands. I don't have any clue who owns it now. So you got that going on, too. But, yeah, she wants in, and they got friction. She fired some people, family members, siblings, a while back. And
yeah, 2 of the brothers were working on the basketball side.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the new owners could hire her.
They could, yeah.
But
she's not anticipating that.
Right. She wants a legal standpoint to allow me to continue to do it. Mm-hmm. She wants to do this. And her lawyer is going to contest it, which, what does that mean? What does the NBA do? And just sit by and
let the family fight it out?
Yeah. And just do they need to have that resolved in order for the sale to go through? And then you got the other guy, Walter, over here, who's now he may have to sell the Dodgers because he owes all this money. Blah, blah, blah.
He's being investigated for fraudulent loans. So if he needs the money to backfill those loans,
right,
then where's he going to get it from?
This is a crazy time.
Sell the Lakers first. It's part of an English soccer team, and he's selling that. But there's reports that that's not going to be enough money.
Right. Yeah, and then it's such an enormous amount of money.
And I'm curious, and I'm sure we'll get some report on this going forward, all these deferred contracts that he signed people to, is that because he didn't have the money to pay it up front, or he didn't have the money and he was able to convince the players and the agents, hey, you'll get taxed differently, push that money out, right, and when you get it, you won't be living in California, you won't pay that huge tax. So maybe he was able to talk him into it, or they offered it up and he agreed because he was short on cash.
Yeah, I understand all that. That is all the possibilities that are there.
And so how's that going to impact the labor negotiations? Because for a long time it was painted as the Dodgers and the money, and we've got to have a salary cap. And it's like, well, if they come back to the pack right away because they don't have it, and if he does sell the team and all that, then it gets down to what I think you and I both think it's really about, which is the valuations of the clubs. And even now with the Padres deal done, and it's $3.9 billion, I just had that list of the 10 most expensive franchise sales in North America. Well, the Padres go into that list. Now, they're not the biggest market with the most TV revenue. They're doing great in attendance. They're second there. But it stands to reason that if they're worth $3.9 billion, there's a bunch of owners whose clubs are suddenly worth a lot more money today. Now, that doesn't mean they want to sell, so I don't know how they're going to cash in on it. I guess you can borrow money against the value of the club. You can draw against it
if that's what you want to do. That's way over my
we don't have to worry about
that stuff, and I don't think the average fan cares about that. It's what money you investing into your team to make my team competitive so I can enjoy watching them with an opportunity to win, knowing that they're probably not going to win. I mean, the reality is that's what's going to happen.
There's 30 teams, and 29 are going to end with a, wow, we could have done better moment.
Yeah, right. And, You'd like to think that your team is going to have a shot. And for most of the summer, it does have a shot. And that's, to me, that's good enough.
Yeah.
But for some, you want to taste the ultimate at some point. I get that. I just don't know that portion of it is going to change, because I don't think this whole salary cap is based on the Dodgers. I think that's overstated.
Yes. And it's to cover what it's really for. My team's worth a couple billion, but I want it to be worth $4 billion or $6 billion.
Yeah, but I mean, go sell it then. You're not going to lose money.
Right. But they want it to be worth more, which they feel it'd be worth more if they had a salary cap and if they could control, guarantee that they can control their biggest expense, which is paying the players. That, I think, is what it's really about.
Well, they can control it.
By simply not paying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can set an unofficial.
And this is what the players are going to say. It's like, well, first off, the Dodgers are coming back to the pack, and they're probably not going to three-peat.
We're just in the boredom of the season.
Yeah. And your
Milwaukee
teams
did this
are
last
worth more.
year and then got beat.
Right. And it could be anybody. I mean, maybe it's the Red Sox. They've gotten hot, and they don't have the overall record, but they've been playing great. Maybe it's the Cubs. They've gotten hot. They don't have the overall record, but they're playing great. Could be anybody.
Yeah. I think
that's the nature of the baseball playoffs.
It's more about the Lakers, though, what we're talking about right now, rather than baseball. And what does this mean? Does it mean anything for the competitive balance of the Lakers? Because I don't think the fan really cares about the Buss squabble. The siblings can fight among themselves all they want. They can hate each other. They can take it to their grave if they want.
They have before. They are now, and they may do it again.
But how does it affect the competitive nature of the Lakers? I think that's what the fans are interested in. And it may be screwed up upon her in terms of Jeannie's out, and that makes her sad. And then she hates her siblings and doesn't talk to them for the rest of their lives. But does
Pelinka stay, and who's calling the shots?
Well,
and
when you have new ownership, the reality is he's going to get fired at some point. And that's
GMs do, and ownership changes tend to speed it up.
Right. And what does this new group do? What are they looking for? They clearly wanted in because they were pursuing potentially expansion franchises. Yeah. So now how are they going to run it? My instinct says it's not going to change all that much. If they have it going on, it's going to be a destination because people are going to see what has been done and what LeBron has been able to just transform into this multimedia superstar at all levels by doing all these things that he's doing. And, I want to do that. Now, you have to have the game and the desire because not everybody wants to have everything. Now, he's doing this new thing where he's on YouTube with golf now, as that's his latest passion. And he wants to do that and see how he develops across the golf career, basically. Not to play at the highest level. I'm not talking about that. But, where he was and where he can become. Well, if he devotes a bunch of time to it, he's going to get better.
It's clear.
Yeah, right. But he wants to do that. So he constantly puts himself out there. And that's his right to do that. People get upset about what he's doing. And, what is he doing that is wrong? You may disagree with him, but he has every right to speak his mind and create a golf YouTube because there's going to people that are going to follow the progression of his golf game now.
Yeah, they are. He almost had a hole-in-one.
Right.
And the video was out there, the ball rolling across the green.
Because it's clear that he's got the bug.
Yes.
Yeah. And I actually think it's kind of cool. I probably won't watch it. I'll see clips of it. But that's what he wants to do. And
the NBA is going to come to an end, and it's going to give him something athletic to do, and it's going to give him something that is a constant challenge. He's going to get to hang out with his friends. He's going to get to go cool places and play beautiful courses.
Oh, for sure.
So it's going to be awesome.
So I think from that perspective, there'll be others who will want to do the same. The Lakers' advantages will always be there. Doesn't mean you're always going to win, but the advantages that they have are clearly very nice, and I don't think ownership change is going to change any of that or remove it.
The thing that they had for 40 years is they had two different people Hall of Famers, basketball savants who've won so many titles in different roles. They had Jerry West, and they had Phil Jackson calling the shots. And since Phil left the last time, they've gone 15 years with one title. Now, a lot of that, there's probably 5 or 6 years in there. They're paying Kobe at the end of his career, and he tears his Achilles, and he can't do it. And then they got to rebuild. So I get some of that. But in 15 years, one title, that's not the clip the Lakers won at. And you do have to have a good owner, and you do have to have a lot of money. But it looks to me like you still got to have Jerry West or Phil Jackson, people who really get it. They know how to put a winner together. And those advantages you talk about, do you bring in the right people? You've got them. You've got Hollywood. You've got big money. You got a town that's awesome to live in if you're wealthy. It's a great place to be in the winter. You got a lot of built-in advantages. But they went 20 years with one title, and then they had 30 years where they were awesome. Just 10 titles in 30 years. And a bunch more appearances in the finals because those two were calling the shots. Now, since Phil stepped down about 2010, I'd have to check the year. So we're going on like 15 years, and it's one title.
Okay. So that's bad?
It's not. I think what bugs people around here is the 30 years where they win 10 times. That's what really bugs people. They got the corner on the market. When you're really smart and you got all those built-in advantages, how do you beat them? It gets really, really hard. So if they are what they've been these last 15 years, I mean, maybe these guys go out and find somebody who really knows hoops and hand it to them, and they go to town, and they put together another dynasty.
Oh, they will.
Oh, really? You think it's scary?
Yes.
Interesting. I can't say that definitively. I don't feel it that
They'll
definitively.
win titles again.
Okay, I believe that because that means 2. But 2 in 20 years
what's wrong with that?
Or 7 in 15. Well, 7 in 15 leaves a lot more room for everybody else, including the Utahs of the world.
Okay.
So I think we
the
don't
Lakers
prefer...
are going to lose more titles than they win. Doesn't matter what they do. Because you just said 7 out of 15. That means you didn't win at 8. So there's plenty of room for everybody if you do the right thing. They don't have any charge that's any different from any other team. Do the right thing. Spend the right money. Draft the right players. Sign the right players. Coach them up. That applies to everyone. That doesn't apply just exclusively to the Lakers. They have advantages to be able to get more players who want to go there. Okay, I got it. But at the same time, everyone has that opportunity. That'll be forever. Make the right decisions, blah, 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 away you go. And the Jazz in Utah will never have those types of advantages, but they also have plenty of other stuff that works in their favor too. And there's going to be players that have that sophistication to say, I like that. And this is a good situation, so I'm going to stay here. I mean, Jaren Jackson talks about it all the time. And he's only played 2 games. How many games did he play here? 1? And then they went on a road trip? But, the other day he put up, when the schedule came out, get Tix. T-I-X. 6 letters. He's jacked for the season. So that'll always be there. And you have the opportunity to beat the Lakers every single year. If you make the right decisions and you do the right things and your players blossom, then you can be there too. I don't think it's hopeless by any stretch.
I don't know if hopeless is the right word. Maybe it feels hopeless even if it isn't. But
well, why?
When they get it rolling, when they're smart and they've got all the built-in advantages, Magic and Kareem, Shaq and Kobe and Pau, it feels impossible.
But it's not.
It isn't, you're right. But it's very possible when they go through some of the mediocre stretches they've gone through. And they're not
It's
intimidating
possible
anybody.
every year if you do the right thing. I only have to look at Milwaukee. I only have to look at Denver. Right. I only have to look at San Antonio.
But are they going to hire the people to do the right thing?
The Jazz?
The Lakers.
Yeah, that's up to them.
I know, but that's the whole intrigue with Iger. Like, who's going to call the shots?
Well, that's the
Because you're
intrigue
right.
with everybody.
Palinka's probably, days are numbered now.
But that doesn't change. That's the same thing for everyone. The Atlanta Hawks, they have the same challenges, and the challenges are the same. The advantages might not be the same, but the challenge and the objective is the same thing throughout every sport. Your guys at RSL, same thing. Put the right people in place, put the right guys out on the field, and away you go. And that's what everyone is striving for. It's the ultimate job to where this is the objective. The objective never changes. And I don't see this ownership guaranteeing that the Lakers are going to be bad or guaranteeing that they're going to be good. They're going to have to have the same charge for everything. And now they can get rid of LeBron. LeBron was weighing him down. He is a walking distraction. And I think we're going to see that with Philadelphia this year. As long as if he takes a back seat, that could be different. But do I think Philadelphia's going to win the title? No. I don't think so. I don't see where this changes much. The Buss family is screwed up. Well, we've known about that for years. And now it's rearing its head again. It's clear that her siblings want to stick it to her. And that sucks for her. And really it sucks for the family. Because in the end, when you're on your deathbed, who gives a rat's you-know-what? How many titles the Lakers won or whether you got to work for the Lakers? Does it really matter? You're about to die. Your blood is about to die. And that's sad. And if people took that approach, they wouldn't be caught up in this stuff. But yeah, we're all caught up. I'm caught up, and I deal with it every freaking day. And that's the reality of it.
DJ and PK, when we come back, everything you missed in this show next. Stay with us.
For all of you, less motivated listeners, it's time for your 9 o'clock. Where the heck have you been headlines?
Where you at?
With DJ and PK on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
DJ and PK, it's 97.5 KSL Sports Zone. Catching you up to date on everything we've been talking about in this show. College football top 25, Associated Press style comes out. Looks a lot like the coaches poll. BYU is tied for 14 with USC instead of 15th. One spot behind USC. And the Utes are 21st in both of them. Texas Tech is 12th in both of them. And Houston's 23 or 24. So the Big 12, for whatever it's worth, that's what people are thinking before the games start. Once the games start, everything can change. TCU, your underrated team, PK. It's the team you're breaking out with here. So we're going to have a breakout year.
If I'm looking for a surprise team like we've had the last, both years, I'm going to go TCU, which isn't a huge surprise team by any stretch.
They are the fifth team in others receiving votes. Yeah. So certainly somebody's got their eye on them.
Right.
Although Arizona's fourth. But isn't Arizona a little bit like Houston? Winning close games, can it be replicated? They're thinking so much the close games as I think they had an awesome turnover margin, and you just can't do that every year.
No, but they lost in double overtime to BYU.
Yep.
Or was. So I trust Fafita. If I'm going to go quarterbacks in the Big 12 that I trust the most, he's going to top the list. Because he's been there. The program is built around him, and he knows what he's doing. I have a lot of faith in him.
He's been through the ups and downs, good times, bad times, good times again.
He's going to leave there as a legend.
Resisting the urge to bounce around.
Right. He's stayed through upheaval, and he did not bolt. And that means something to fans because the fan stays. The fan never goes. The fan is there, especially in that city, which is much smaller, and the sports that they have revolve around the U of A.
Good enough to start as a freshman, good enough to win as a freshman,
yeah,
and did not follow his coach when his coach left, which he would have understood, but didn't do it. And has resisted whatever temptation has come his way. I'm sure he or his folks or its high school coach or his agent or all of them have gotten calls.
Right. But he chose to stay,
and
he's really good.
And he can say he's a Wildcat.
Yeah.
And so many quarterbacks now play at 3 schools.
He's going to go down with the likes of Gronk and Teddy Bruschi.
Mm. Wildcat lifers.
Dick Tomei was celebrated there.
Yeah.
And he's going to have the acclaim for a football player that normally is reserved for softball and men's basketball. Yeah. And I think that's pretty cool.
USC at 14. You figure they either do much better or much worse? They don't end up at 14? Make them or break them?
No, I could see them doing that, being right in that vicinity, which, Lincoln Riley's not talking that stuff. He's talking bigger because they're expected to be bigger. You've been in this program now a number of years, and whatever the time it took you to build it, you should be there by now. And so I think there's a lot of pressure on him, and there's, talk about, what would be his buyout and all that stuff. If he only wins 6 or 7, that might be it. It's a question of whether do you get to 9 or 10, but then you still don't get in the conference title game, nor do you get into the playoff. Where are you there? Once if that happens, figure out, okay, what level of contentment does the administration / fan base have for you? Well, because you can't have the Notre Dame excuse. You got that out of the way. So that's going to be an interesting development there.
They ought to start 4-0, but then it gets pretty rough. Oregon and Washington come in the next 2 weeks, and it's on.
That's awesome.
They've got Ohio State, Indiana, Penn State on the
get
schedule.
to October.
Yeah.
Yeah. October is really when, that is the pretender-contender month.
Yeah.
And then November is the champion month.
They have Oregon in September and Indiana in November, but the meat of it there, Washington, Penn State, Ohio State, all October. Mm-hmm. October's huge.
Right. Yeah, I think that's when the separation happens. And then if you get into November, then you find out if you can seal the deal, or in this case, finish second, which is all you have to do, which is
honestly, he'll get away with finishing third, won't he? If he gets to 10-2 and is in the playoffs?
I would think so, because you're going to have some good wins. But yeah. I don't know that getting to the playoff and getting beat early is good enough, though. Whereas if you have a Big Ten title in your back pocket and get beat in the second round,
that'd be better.
That's pretty good. I think you have to look at that as a successful season. So we'll see how that plays out. I'm not sure they can get to that level. I don't know what kind of coach he is. I know he took Stoops' guys over there in Oklahoma and did well. But now you're over here, and this is your program, your guys. Everything that you have there is handpicked by you. And I'm not sure he's good enough. I don't know that he isn't good enough, but I don't know that he is.
There's no way to answer that definitively, but I would lean towards he's not. Partly because of the time he's had, and partly because the defense just hasn't even been close.
Yeah, but that's years ago.
He hasn't been close defensively. You think they were close last year?
Close to what?
Being good enough defensively.
I haven't studied their defense. I couldn't name you one guy.
They gave up boatloads of points last year. It seems like he's never gotten the other side of the ball right.
But that's what he's talking about.
I know. Now it'll be different.
Yeah.
I know. Hire another coordinator, bring in more players.
And that's his whole emphasis on his comments in the offseason, that now he has the team that can contend. And he's putting himself on notice because he knows. I can't go another year with disappointment.
All right, there's we've been talking about the poll this morning in college football. BYU moved their opener. Oregon State next year is going to be in August now. So it becomes your kickoff game. And that opens up another bye form in the regular season. Spread the games out. Give you guys a chance to get healthy. We heard from Morgan Scalley earlier in the show. Continuity. Offensive line. Identify the 5 and plug them into spots. It's a little bit of a rotation, trying to figure that out right now. The defensive line, defensive tackle. I guess they're set it and, but defensive tackle, they're still trying to figure that rotation out. The dog days, PK, 2 weeks down, 2 weeks to go. Get yourself 2 weeks from now. You can be working on game prep. It'll feel different.
It will feel different because they will have made the division between scout team and travel, who has depth chart type stuff. Yeah. So they need to plow through that until you get to that point. And then there's something at the end of the tunnel becomes very clear and the mood changes. It does this every single year. And right now it is just, I don't want to say boring, but it's just practice. You're practicing to get better, but you're practicing for practice sake. Whereas in those 2 weeks, then you're practicing for preparation. And school starts, so everything flips, right? You got to go to class or you got to be online, whatever it is. And they change the structure, and then that structure stays the same all the way to the end.
The NFL, it's all about the injuries and a little bit of the signing because Keenan Allen, who's a longtime NFL wide receiver, did land with a one-year deal with the Colts. But everywhere else, it's injury news. New Orleans, they've lost rookie wide receiver Jordan Tyson, 2 months with a hamstring injury. The Rams are not looking to rush Puka Nacua back. He's had some kind of back issue. Myles Garrett's had some knee stuff going on. So those guys aren't practicing. Jets had a running back get hurt. Bears had a running back get hurt. It says injury news all over the place. But welcome to the second week of the NFL preseason schedule. There you go. The baseball news, Pete Crow Armstrong, 2 more homers, and the Cubs walk it off and beat the White Sox. Cubs charging, trying to win the division, set themselves up in the playoffs. They do look like a playoff team. There's enough time they could blow it, but they've looked pretty good for a while now, and they're sitting in that first wild card spot. And he is making a case for himself as the MVP.
Oh, you're making a strong case.
Shohei Ohtani is making a case for himself as the MVP again. He hit 2 home runs. Did the Dodgers break out of it? Did they figure out the offensive woes? Or they're playing Colorado, and everybody beats up on Colorado, so what the heck?
I think at the MVP, if there's some voter fatigue there, like there was in the 90s with Jordan and Malone be able to get in there and get a couple, if that matters to you. Stuff that's voted on.
Doesn't matter as much to you.
It doesn't, no. With the exception of the Hall of Fame. Because that's the ultimate individual honor.
Well, Ohtani was winning individual honors when he was playing for the Angels, but he wasn't going anywhere near the postseason. Now he's with the Dodgers, and he's doing both, winning World Series titles and still winning individual honors. And he said it doesn't matter to him who's running the Dodgers, who's calling the shots. He's staying in L.A. Likes what he's got.
Well, he's in his 30s now, yeah.
Write it out.
Yeah. And it's the case of the foreign guy who has found a level of comfortability thousands of miles from home, and I don't want to have to move again. I don't blame him. But he's king there for sure. You see all the advertisements that they do in Japanese. Right.
Put stuff up on the scoreboard during games.
Oh, yeah. And then back behind home plate and blah, blah, when they're doing it. Well, obviously they have more Japanese players than him, but clearly the community in that area has a large Japanese population, and you see him at the games there. I mean, the world stops turning when he comes to bat.
Put down what you're doing. Shohei's up.
If you're there at the game or you're on television watching, yes, he is the biggest must-see show we have in the game.
The Cubs and White Sox had a must-see show out in the bleachers. People beating each other up. 5, 10, 15 people throwing punches. People just throwing punches at people who aren't even looking. Nice summer night at the ballpark. And a big old brawl. A lot of people just clearing out. Get me out of this.
Well, you have to have a brawl every now and again just to shake it up, and let the ushers and the security know what they need to do. And And then I bet you these people wake up this morning and think, boy, that was pretty stupid.
People waking up with welts on their forehead
Depending
and
on
fat lips.
where they're waking up, too.
Yeah.
I don't know how many were hauled off.
A couple of them might be in jail.
But they should be held accountable because it's unacceptable. I mean, yeah, but we see it. We will see every Monday this year in the NFL, we'll see some brawls.
Yep.
And they're all this alcohol-driven.
Punching each other's lights out.
Yeah.
Welcome to the ballpark. The Phillies, a lot of clutch hitting to hold off Miami, one of the teams of your youth. Looking good, sitting in the second wild card. Won a wild game 6-5. Neither bullpen really, it was 2-0 after 5, and then no one could get through an inning without giving up a run. Clutch hitting or bad bullpens. Whatever. Phillies win. They're closing in on 70 wins, so.
It's still too early to look at the standings.
In addition to the Dodgers, the Red Sox, with their 11 runs, we'll see if they can follow that up. Follow up their big days at the plate. Now, there was the whole psychological thing. The Diamondbacks, no distractions. Well, Ketel Marte did not show up. As you pointed out, not the first time. They need to be done. But they go out a run, 4 hits, 2 errors. That just screams distraction. It's bad defense, not enough hitting.
Oh, yeah, they just took 2 out of 3 from the Braves.
Yeah. And all of a sudden, everything unravels in Boston.
Yeah.
And it's hard not to look at Ketel and say, you're the problem.
Right. And they've been talking about trading him now for 2 years, but they want to continue to love. And maybe there's a good reason. I have no idea what the reason is. Maybe there is a good reason, but
not showing up is pretty egregious.
It really is, because and plus you're the team's best player.
Yeah. So there's that. Can you imagine the story if Shohei didn't show up, or I mean he's been hurt, but if Aaron Judge didn't show up,
yeah,
if Pete Crow Armstrong didn't show up, he showed up, he homered in the first, and then walked it off at the end.
Just not showing up, that there better be a good reason, and the problem here is once you've done it multiple times,
yeah,
even if there is a good reason, there's all sorts of skepticism.
Yep. And Golf Live canceling their season-ending team championship in Michigan. So their tournament in Indianapolis is going to be their last one. There's brave talk about reimagining this, and the players are going to own it. But as you pointed out earlier, there's also stories that John Rahm is headed back to the PGA Tour, and the Saudi money is all done. So is Live going to be all done after this tournament in Indianapolis?
Well, I don't really care. And that is a bad sign. I care if there's a baseball lockout. I care. But I don't care if Live goes away. And that's not a good sign. And I'm a golf guy.
You're a golf guy, and if you're not emotionally attached to it, how
Right.
can anybody else?
Right.
And sports thrives on emotion. If you don't have that, what have you got?
Yeah. To me, I can get my entertainment through the PGA Tour. There's enough going on. And if there isn't, well, just wait a week.
Yeah, if they have a down week, you're right.
Yeah.
Bounces back.
Yeah.
It does make me a little nervous, the PGA, this plan to take weeks off after majors. That's the magic of the PGA Tour always there. I actually get shortening it and say, hey, as the NFL lengthens their season, there's no point in investing in golf tournaments versus the NFL. And we're going to back off that. And maybe they can do something. I mean, they're going to have this 2-stage tour, 2-level tour. So maybe they do something with the other events, and it's a big deal, and it fills the gap for golf that week.
Yeah, but I have a problem with that. I don't care later in the summer or in spring, but I have a problem with no Palm Springs, no San Diego, no Phoenix, no L.A. I got to have those 4.
They're going to save them in some form, but I still haven't heard anything definitive. I think 3 of them are going to happen for sure. I think Palm Springs is doomed, and I don't understand that at all.
No,
I think
want
San
all
Diego's
4.
probably okay, but
It should be.
yeah, I get it. They have talked about making that a playoff event. They've talked about Pebble, but I don't think they can really move Pebble. So they may have to keep it early. Phoenix is going to be early. To me, Phoenix should still be on the Super Bowl. I don't get why the PGA Tour is getting off Super Bowl week. The Super Bowl's so late in the day, it's only going to get later. And play the golf before that.
Which they do.
I know. It's perfect. I don't understand why they mess with Phoenix.
It usually ends right around kickoff.
And they also were talking about not doing something.
And they have to because of the daylight.
Right. They were talking about not doing something the week before the Super Bowl when there's no football. I'm like, that should absolutely be the PGA opener. And so that opens up dates for some of these. And I don't understand the whole, Palm Springs isn't a big enough market. It's L.A. It's absolutely L.A. L.A. sprawls for 2 hours in every direction. People with money in L.A. are going to come out. Catalina.
No, but that's not 2 hours.
Oh, okay. You got me there. Nice save for a little Catalina, do you think?
I knew you would go there.
Oh, okay. I've never been there, actually.
It's fun.
Yeah, I should go out sometime.
I went last year.
Oh, you did?
I took friends.
Who hadn't been?
The Family Feuder. A big Ute fans when we went down. They played the Bruins in the first game. And I was thinking, okay, we got to do something different because we've taken them before. And I can only go by the place where I live so many times, and it gets boring. Once you've already did, you don't do it to the same people. No. That's rude. Once, fine. And we did go to Catalina, and they had never been there. And I did not realize that, and maybe I forgot because I'd taken my parents there. We lived right in a coastal town. That sails out of there, yeah. 2 minutes from where we lived, right? So when they would come over, we'd go over something to do. And maybe I'd forgotten, but in the 40s and 50s, the Cubs trained there.
In Catalina?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yes. So I go into we're killing time, waiting for the shuttle to take us back. And so they got the little city right there by the harbor. And I go into some souvenir shop, they're looking, and they got all this Cubs stuff there. Like, okay, what's going on? And they trained there. Yeah, and it still has a big section of a souvenir store, had tons of Cubs stuff. And then they had some books, and I checked it out. Yeah, they did train there.
All the other major league teams are like, quit training out there. We don't want to take a boat out there to play games. It's a waste of time.
Well, it was crazy in those days because you had Yuma, you had Palm Springs, you had Catalina, you had some in Phoenix.
Tucson?
And Tucson, yes. Yeah. Cleveland, I think, used to do that.
Yeah.
And then whoever came up with the idea, hey, why don't we all have it here?
Just go into Phoenix. Yeah. We're wasting too much time driving around.
I know.
We're wasting too much time driving around.
Or sailing.
Yes.
Yeah. Now
you just imagine the players' excitement. Hey, today you're going to get on a bus and drive to Yuma for an hour and a half. No, thank you.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, I think it's a little longer than that.
Is it longer than that? Is it 2? I don't know.
I think it's close to 4.
Oof.
Yeah. And so now it's all centralized in one area. I mean, it's spread out, but all in.
But it's all in the Phoenix metro area.
Yeah.
All right, DJ PK, we'll come back with your feedback next. The Slacker Radio headlines brought to you by Trajan Wealth, your local trusted financial fiduciary, 1-855-TRAJAN1, or visit their website at TrajanWealth.com.
And it's all over almost here.
Don't go nowhere.
And now, enough of us. It's time to hear from you. From all your texts, tweets, and posts. This is the best feedback of the day.
Ooh, I was there. It's the best game of my life.
With DJ and PK on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
DJ and PK, it's 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Question of the morning, any concern that all this Kalani Sitake versus Brian Santiago stuff is a distraction that could sidetrack the team? I think that we should put a pause in here and say that neither one you or I believe that it's just Brian Santiago. That doesn't make sense to us. That Brian could somehow personally, individually hold all this up. Now,
but he would have the most power of any athletic director's ever had if that were the case.
By a wide margin. And
it's not even close.
Administrators, church leaders, there must be some other people who think this makes sense or it would have been resolved.
Relief Society, yeah.
I suppose anything is possible. Anything is possible! Kevin Garnett has entered the chat. So, any concern that all this drama could distract or sidetrack this team? Kyle, I wasn't concerned last week, but now I am. The more it drags on, even if it's just on social media, the more I think it'll hurt the team on the field. Fans think they're helping by calling for people to get fired. Maybe they aren't hurting, but I think they are. David says the PR team needs to put out a statement ASAP. See what David did? I think that's comedy.
That's decent.
That's comedy.
Yeah, I don't have any problem with that.
Jeff says, I do think it needs to get resolved. My guess is it won't have much impact on the team. What I'm interested to see is if BYU has another good season, which I think they will. What happens then? Kalani's going to get offers. Next time, I think it'll be a hard line for him, and I'm not sure if by then he'll feel a little betrayed by BYU in general for not doing something sooner.
I think the real test will come after the season.
Right.
There's like that 2 to 3 week period. I don't know if he'll get offers, but I believe he'll have interest.
Or in late October, early November. Just wait for marquee coaches to let go, and then it starts.
I think at those times it's really back channel stuff.
But the lists and the speculation start, and his name will be out.
And you're right, though. It could start. It could be November 1st.
His name will be out there for a couple reasons. One, because of the Penn State, and two, because of all of this. The thinking is, they couldn't have primed away then, but now you can prime away. Now he's dissatisfied.
Right.
And those are just lists. It doesn't mean it actually happens, but then you have a distraction late in the year and all that.
Correct. Yeah. If there's a high-profile coach, I don't know that we're going to see every season a high-profile coach from a high-profile program be let go.
Zach says, does anyone know what's really going on? Much of this seems like a lot of speculation to me. Either way, I'm fully confident Kalani will have the team ready this season.
Well, it is not speculation. I mean, he's been open about it himself.
He's talked about it.
And
he said, he's talked about it to the point he said, my agent's going to handle it.
Yeah.
So when he says my agent is going to handle it, he's not denying that it's going on. He's saying it's a thing, and it's a thing to the point that he didn't want to be distracted with it.
Yeah, it's you can speculate on exactly what it is and how much it is, but the issue is not speculationable. The
devil is in the details, and there is speculation there. And I think what you brought up would make more sense. It could be true, though, now, but it would make more sense to me further down the road. Because with a contract, some things are laid out, but some things you can't know and just have to be, yes, we are going to compete at the highest level. We're going to, match the average of the top 3 teams in the Big 12. But the bag is going to get moved back over time, inevitably. There's just too much gray. You just don't know specifically where things are going to go.
Right.
In the short run, you can know specifically where things are going to go. That's what surprises me, that this has happened in the short run. If this happened 2-3 years down the road, it'd be more understandable. That it's happened in 6-8 months, that's the surprising part to me.
Right.
Because it's like you say, this thing's just accelerating like crazy. All right, we're all done. Scotty G, Tim Lacombe next, right here on The Zone.
I'm done. So done.
Well, that's our show.
It's over.
What?
It's over. It is over.
Is that it?
That's it.
Everybody still awake?
Will you come on already? I just can't stand these long goodbyes.
All right, big finish.
See you